I was really hesitant to make a video on this because I kept telling myself, oh, Animal Jam will get better, I'll just wait.
Maybe there will be an update that fixes some of these problems. Surely Animal Jam will hear all of our complaints.
No. I'm so tired of dealing with all these problems on Animal Jam, and I'm sure the entire player base can agree that it's driving them absolutely nuts. So please join me as I rant about this godforsaken game. I really wanted to make a video on all these things that just piss me off. So you can kind of think of this like a list of grievances. It'll be interesting though to revisit these points later in the line if I don't get banned to see if anything has changed or improved for the better, which you'll see how bad it is. I don't know if there's any other videos like this by other people at the moment, but I'm going to check after I finish uploading this video because I just want to make my points without any bias and then see what people have to say about this situation. So, there are clearly a lot of points I have to talk about, so get comfy. Put some overpriced Rare Mondays in your shops, turn on AJ Classic in-game sounds so you can't hear your own thoughts, and hunker down because I have a lot to talk about. Okay, that should be all. Now, time to fucking rage. Animal Jam has been doing these for years now, but from what I'm seeing, a lot of it started around 2021 and onwards, seasonally or for months on end. It's very good on their part that actions are actually being taken from reports in-game. However, I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm going to say, and it's the fact that innocent people are being caught up in these ban waves, and it's freaking everyone out. I've seen friends, streamers, people in the community so upset to see that red ban message in their face when they're logging in. Not only their Animal Jam account either, their whole entire parent dashboard being taken down with it too. And I have the biggest suspicion that these hackers know that their account will be banned, so they just report any person they see to bring them down with them in the next wave. And it's just a theory, but it kind of makes sense. Mass reporting is an issue, as well as people who got falsely accused and caught up in these waves. It doesn't help either that Animal Jam no longer restores items lost from getting hacked like they did in the old days because of people abusing it. From what I've seen happen to so many people is once they tell AJ they were caught up in the ban wave, the person responding to your ticket will have the most automated responses tell you that the account had violated the rules and that the account can't be unbanned. It sucks that support basically tells you you're on your own and victim blames. Trying to email Animal Jam support is such hell. You get manipulated, shut down, automated answers, and blamed for the things you had nothing to do with. This is entirely unprofessional, and the fact that people don't want to use the support system at all because Animal Jam doesn't listen, which is the point of support, is egregious. No one should feel scared to log into a game and fear they'll be banned, especially if they've done nothing wrong to warrant a ban in the first place. If you don't know what a minnower my gosh. If you don't know what a minnower is, I literally can't show you because Animal Jam is down right now. If you don't know what a minnower is, it's someone who trades you 8 to 20 items that lag and glitch out your game, resulting in, you know, your entire game client
Crashing?
These people are typically new jammers, and I most commonly see them in Brady's lab. You might have gotten a trade like this but didn't get crashed, and as far as I'm aware, people with MacBooks or higher end computers will not be affected by minnowing. But if you're a person like me who are not in those two groups, you're going to crash every time this person trades you, unfortunately. Here's a few examples of what a minnower's trade will look like. Ooh, finally got that word. And it's astonishing that Animal Jam doesn't just fix these items, or even better, just completely remove them from a game, so this doesn't keep happening. Before I finish off this point, I should probably mention that people are also getting banned for being victims of minnowing. So, hold on. Let me get this straight, alright? We're responsible for hacked actions on our accounts, okay? Well, not okay, but okay, sure. But you're telling me we're also responsible for someone else's actions outside of our account? playing Animal Jam, not to alarm you, but there's like a 99% chance many scammers and hackers are among you. Just chilling, just playing the game, continuing their horrible actions without you knowing. And who knows, you might be their next victim. Congratulations! It's like Animal Jam moderators just give them a slap on the wrist and then they're in the game again. Like, who cares? If they are banned, they just make new accounts and continue their actions. They just pre-make accounts, transfer the items, and then disguise themselves. And no one knows who they are because their identity isn't new. It is so difficult to keep up with who is a scammer or hacker nowadays because they just make new accounts with no punishment, and it's getting so irksome to see proper punishment dismissed. And we know Animal Jam can IP ban. Why do they refuse to do it so often? I'm not a very techie person, so I don't know the logistics behind this, but there has to be a way. Animal Jam has entire teams of intelligence, and I'm sure they could figure out what has to be done. I feel kind of guilty just leaving this point without like a suggestion on how to fix it. And it's what I like instinctively feel like I'm obligated to do since I'm complaining or ranting and making an entire video on why these things suck. But I have to accept that I can't think up solutions for every problem. And to be honest, it's not really our job to do that. But teams of people with experience can solve these things. It's not that us, the players, are asking for the entire game to be fixed. That's entirely unrealistic. We just like to see some kind of effort. There's so many people that quit every single day because they just can't handle all these issues anymore. And I completely get it. I'm gonna start bringing up Animal Jam's Instagram a lot because it's quite literally the only way to guarantee someone sees a suggestion you'd like add it to the game. But even if you do suggest something, the chances of them adding it to the game are literally zero. They just slap you in the face with one of these messages and call it a day. Like, please, in your spare time, just browse Animal Jam's Instagram comment section for a little while. You'll literally notice that none of the suggestions are added to the game. It's so sad. It's almost hilarious. Some suggestions I personally love and think would be amazing for the game is as follows. Increase inventory space for clothing and den items, because if you're going to consistently bring back items and introduce new ones with the wild weekends, bundles, etc., we need more inventory space to keep up with these amount of items that are being poured out. Then we wouldn't need to make tens of million alternative accounts in order to enjoy and consume these items. Shopping carts like in Play Wild would be very useful so that you wouldn't have to drone mindlessly back and forth whenever purchasing items from the shop. And same thing with the recycling feature. That shit gets so annoying so quickly. Adding easier ways to get more diamonds and gems, like increasing the amount of gems from adventures, or even adding obtainable diamonds from adventures. Make them easier to get so that shops can actually be used. And speaking of shops, allow non-members to use shops. Like, what? Why are they allowed to in Play Wild, but not AJ Classic? I feel so bad for the non-members who are missing out on this big feature that everyone uses. I get that members pay to have these exclusive perks, but this is a matter of accessibility. Shopping is such an integral part of Animal Jam, and the fact that non-members aren't allowed to buy squat is so infuriating. I feel so terrible for them. Increasing shop values so that people don't get scammed all the time, maybe even allow us to type in a set value instead of just sitting there holding a button for so long. Better items from adventures, like bringing back spiked collars, because why were they removed in the first place? Separate media accounts for Animal Jam Play Wild and Animal Jam Classic. I know this might be like a very hard thing to ask because it can be very difficult to manage both of them, but if you follow Animal Jam on Instagram, how many times has it happened to you where you see them post and you're so excited to see what they have to say, and it's just an AJ Play Wild update next week, AJ Play Wild update next week, AJ Play Wild update. Then when they finally do give an update for us, they throw a lazy bundle with the ugliest, most rancid items you've ever seen in your entire life. If there were two accounts, maybe the social team responding to AJ comments asking for troubleshooting wouldn't link the support website for Play Wild. One last suggestion that I personally have that I haven't seen before in the community is letting players know if someone has had offenses on their account. Like a little thing added to their profile to let players know if that jammer has been suspended for scamming before. And this should 100% follow to their other accounts. Animal Jam is more than capable of IP banning. So if you're not going to prevent scammers and hackers from making new accounts, at least give people a way to see if they've done bad things here and there. Then people will start being vigilant and careful. Then you won't need to slap a "careful what you parrot" or "stop before you hop" or "secure your fucking account because we won't help you if you get hacked." Yes, you heard me correctly. Animal Jam doesn't do squat if you get hacked. And hacking is prevalent more than ever nowadays. Animal Jam is just turning the biggest blind eye to it, as with all issues. The amount of people I've seen get hacked, reach out for help, and then get blamed for it is crazy. Animal Jam support doesn't support players. No. They support hackers. Because remember, if you get hacked, it's your fault for letting the hackers in your account. Okay, I think I'm done. Thank you so much for watching this far, and if I'm gonna be honest, I really wouldn't be surprised if the next video I posted was a video of me banned for ranting about this game. But at this point, it's just so unfun and hard to play. In the rare moments where I can just relax and hang out with my friends, this game reminds me of why I fell in love with it as a child. An online space where I can just play as a silly little pixelated animal, dress the way I want to, make friends, and trade items for personal gratification. I remember watching videos that old ambassadors would make, and it would make me want to play the game, and I would have a blast in doing so. Of course, now that we have all grown, we can see that they appeal to our childlike wonder, and that's where we experience the game with joy. Now that we've all grown up and the player base grows older, I won't hold it to the Jambassadors and say that they've grown boring. We've just grown up. So that's why I started watching videos from people my age nowadays, and maybe a bit older, to see what their videos are like. And their videos and live streams are not without complaints. Jammers who are quitting, not without complaints. Jammers who got wrongfully banned, scammed, tricked, lied to. This game is riddled with problems that won't get solved until Animal Jam has the conversation about how to fix it. And they need our input to do it. Posting comments on Instagram won't help us anymore. And it never really did. Protesting in the diamond shop will not help us be seen. Petitions will not help us. We need a new way to do things. To be heard, to bring back the joy that Animal Jam once gave us all. I genuinely want to know what you guys think about the current situation Animal Jam is in, and let me know if you have any suggestions you'd like added to the game, or experiences you've had in the past that you'd like to share. Anything. I think it'll help us all to see just how horrible Animal Jam has treated us these past 2 years, compared to AJ Play Wild. But that's not to say that AJ Play Wild does not have their own set of problems. And especially with everything going on recently, we need to connect more than ever. And of course, I have to leave off with my very abrupt outro.